Welcome to the Calisthenic Hub, guys, where we're always talking about calisthenics and just spreading the word to the whole community and the whole globe about calisthenics. My first interviewee, I have the pleasure of having Jevan all the way from South Africa. Right now, it's early afternoon over there, so thank you so much for your time, Jevan. Let's get straight into it. Jevan, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how old are you?
So, hi, I'm Jevan Sifrin. I am from South Africa. I'm 14 years old, and I've just recently started my calisthenics journey. I've been doing it for around 4 months now.
4 months, man. And what got you into calisthenics? Like, what was your inspiration?
My inspiration was from David Goggins, actually. So, I was watching a lot of stuff on him, and that just sort of motivated me to start getting into calisthenics.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. So David Goggins was one of your huge inspirations. Is there any clip in particular that you like from him, or just overall his motivational speaking and
Just overall, his desire to work and his desire to want to be better than everyone else.
Yeah, he has a good work ethic, man. 100%. He gives 120% every time. I agree with you. So were you always into fitness? Is there, were you always active? Like, talk to me about. I know you're quite young, but talk to me about your early childhood. Like, were you an active person? No, yes.
No, I wasn't really too of an active person, but then I started rugby in around last year, and that's when that's when it really sort of popped off.
Okay.
And I started waking up at 4 a.m. to be there nice and early.
Wow.
A lot before my teammates got there. I was practicing. I was doing as much as I could.
Jeez, man, that's some commitment. So you was there an hour before your team every morning, and rugby, man, you must have some tough skin, man, because that's a pretty contact sport. It's pretty brutal. That's awesome, man. So, what challenges did you come across when you started, 4 months ago in your calisthenic journey, and what kept you going through those tough days in the beginning?
So I haven't really had too many challenges in my calisthenics journey.
Okay.
Besides
good,
for maybe it's taken me a while to get some moves, but I just keep pushing through it.
Yeah.
Never stop pushing through it because I can always get there.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. Calisthenic, it's a longevity game. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah.
So especially with some of these skills, you have to be real disciplined, and you always want to practice proper form. So I agree with you. Just stick to it, and just continue. Love the process. Love the process. Just it's chip at it little by little. Jevan, let's move on to the next thing. How do you train? Because you're still early on in your calisthenic journey. How do you train? Tell us how you structure your training. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I try to train around 5 times a day, 7 days a week.
Gotcha. That's pretty extreme. Do you do any rest periods at all?
No rest periods.
Gotcha. And do you, being that you train so often, do you train in a push-pull method? Do you separate upper body, lower body? Like, how do you structure that?
So I pretty much train with whatever I feel I will do the best in that session, whatever I feel will make me do the best in that specific session.
Gotcha. So you do a lot of pretty much, you kind of wing it and you listen to your body, so to speak?
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Okay.
if I feel doing 2 days of planche training in a row will make me perform my best, then I'll do 2 days of planche training.
Okay. All right. Well, let's lead into the next question. What skill are you currently working on, and what are you doing to achieve that skill?
So at the moment, I'm working on the planche, and I'm working on the 360.
One more time, because there was a slight lag there.
Pretty much, I'm trying to, for the 360, okay. So at the moment, I'm working on the planche and the 360.
Okay, planche and 360.
For those movements, I'm doing a lot of planches. I'm doing a lot of elbow tucked planche. I think it's called elbow tucked planches. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, where you tuck your elbows into your core, into your abdomen, right? Yeah, I think the video that you sent me, yeah, for sure. I posted it up, by the way. That's really good stuff, man. Good stuff there.
Thank you. So, and then I'm also working on the 360, which I'm working on my spin at the moment to prepare for that. I just got to try and get my spin a little bit better because at the moment I'm only spinning around to 270.
Okay.
So I'm looking to get it a bit better.
And how are you measuring your degrees? Are you just recording yourself? Like I'm sure you're recording yourself for form and to capture how much how much of a spinach you're getting, right? I guess that would you would call it that way. I guess how much spin you're putting on your.
Pretty much. Well, I just sort of,
Kind of feel it out.
sort of see how much spinach I've got. Yeah, sort of feel it out.
Okay, all right, that's cool, man. That's cool. So, what is your favorite exercise, and what is your least favorite exercise? Like training fun, so maybe there might be a least favorite or favorite.
So my favorite exercise is probably pull-ups and deadlifts, and my least favorite exercise is probably squats, body weighted squats.
Yeah, yeah. Do you do any like weighted squats, like with the barbell or dumbbell?
Yeah, I do back squats.
Back squats, gotcha. Yeah, man. Squats is it's leg day, man. We can't skip leg day. I'm guilty as charged for not liking leg day too much. But you know, I still do it. You know, one of my favorite things to kind of get over not wanting to train leg day is just make it fun. You know, so just whatever exercise you don't like, try to make it fun. And remember, guys, the things you don't like is the things that work. It's just got to do them. You got to do them and target the weak points in your body always. You know, it's the reason why you don't like it. Let's get stronger in our weak points. Cool. So that moves on. I want to move on. Yeah, go ahead.
So you know, because I mainly do deadlifts. My deadlifts are actually quite high at the moment. I got 130 kilogram deadlift.
Okay. And how much do you weigh?
I weigh around 55 kilograms.
Gotcha. So that's you're almost doubling. You double your weight, almost tripling your weight. Yeah, that's awesome. Jeez.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right. So you like powerlifting, I suppose. So you mix powerlifting and calisthenics together. How has that like better your training?
I mix a lot of stuff together. You know, I mix CrossFit, powerlifting, street workouts, calisthenics all together. Okay. And that sparked my performance, I feel. And it's really helped my performance a lot.
All right, man. That's good. Yeah, cross-training can definitely have some benefits to your progressions overall, whatever your goals are. Just make sure you work towards them, whether it's with the calisthenics and street workout, and you can supplement with some weight training. I do some weight training here and there. I haven't done deadlifts in a while, so I don't know what's my max. Prior to getting into calisthenics, I used to do a lot of weight training. That was the only thing I knew as far as, you know, how to look muscular, how to get stronger. But now that I know that calisthenics, you build that true strength, you know, I've transitioned to that, and I'm not going back. So tell me a little bit about your recovery and meals. I know you said you don't really rest any days, so there's not much time for recovery, but I suppose you supplement with a good nutrition and a nice balanced diet.
Yes, I try to eat every 2 hours. I try to eat like a dog, pretty much just eating the same thing every single day, or at least eat healthy every single day.
So give me an example of what is the same thing every day. Like what's your go-to meal?
My go-to meal. You're saying for breakfast, lunch?
Well, you said just give me like your go-to, like, because you eat every 2 hours, so I'm sure breakfast is definitely there. But then what do you eat after that? Like, you know, like what's your lunch? Let's talk about lunch. How about that?
Okay, so usually for lunch, I'll try to either have a good starch or like some good rice, and then I'll try to have a lot of meat, like maybe a good steak or some eggs.
Got it. So you try to really balance out your carbs and your fats and your proteins. Cool, man. Cool. So let's dive a little deeper. And are you listening? Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm also on a no caffeine diet. I don't have caffeine.
No caffeine. So no pre-workouts, none of that good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, you're 14, right, Jevan?
Yeah, I'm 14.
I hope you have enough energy to wake up and just work out, man. You're young. I'm sure you got all the energy in the world playing rugby and all this. So, I don't think you even need caffeine, brother. But that's awesome, man. Like, caffeine is addictive. I luckily for me, my body doesn't do well with caffeine or coffee, so I don't take it. But I do take pre-workouts on my non-motivated days. You know, the days where you got to just grind it out, and that's where discipline, you know, comes into play. But I take a pre-workout. I want to transition actually into black coffee because I heard black coffee is better overall. It's a natural caffeine as opposed to having.
It is much better.
Right. So I'm going to transition into that, you know, so step by step, you know, just trying to live a healthier lifestyle. So what motivates you now, you know, that you've been 4 months into it? You said David Goggins was your motivator and your inspiration into calisthenics. What motivates you now?
Myself.
Cool, man. And why? Why yourself? Elaborate a little bit on that.
So pretty much, I motivate myself pretty much to see how good I can get. Try to get the best that I can get, you know?
Cool, man. So you're your biggest fan and your biggest supporter.
Yep.
Listen, Jevan, I cannot agree with you more because we have to be our biggest fans, our biggest supporters, and honestly, we are also our biggest critique. And because we're our biggest critique, we have to be our biggest fan as well. And critique is good, but you want to make sure that we're just doing it constructively for ourselves, and in retrospects of just getting better form, putting the extra effort, and yeah, man. So good looks to you, man. Big ups to you for being your biggest motivation, man. So speaking of motivation, do you document your journey? I know you have an IG, so I suppose you do a lot of video footage for yourself. Have you tracked your progress in the 4 months?
Not really too much. I only have a picture from around 1 or 2 months in.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah.
Well, I recommend to start doing so you can have that further motivation as the years progress and the months progress. You have that, I was here, now look at what I'm doing, how my form has changed, because things change, man. We evolve and we get better. So and as evolution happens, as we know, part of the calisthenic training is the mind and muscle connection, and it builds that and just like makes it even deeper as far as how connected you are with that mind and muscle. How has calisthenics made you stronger, set aside the physical aspect, more mentally?
It's really helped my mental state. It really has, I feel like I'm a lot tougher now. I'm a lot, it's a lot better for me to deal with day-to-day stresses. Yeah.
All right. And when you mean tougher, you mean in a sense of confidence, or you're just a tough guy overall? I mean, playing rugby, man, you got to have that tough skin.
Yeah, sort of both, eh?
Okay. All right, cool, man. Were you always a shy kid growing up, or not at all?
I was really shy.
Gotcha. So you feel like calisthenics also improved your confidence within yourself?
Yes, it has a lot improved my confidence.
I always say, if you look good, you feel good, you are good.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Our motivation sometimes comes from what we can see. It's our visual motivation, and as you progress, you see what you've done, you see how you are now. Especially for me, when I started, I had a beer belly. I still love beer, but I had a beer belly. Now, I count my macros. I track my calories and I track my carbs and all that. So when I have a beer, it feels better. It feels like I've earned it. So I look better now. I feel better, and I am better. So that's the point of what I'm trying to get to, guys. Just want to move on forward. I know this is your interview. I'm sorry, I had to just chime in there. What's one piece of advice, if you can go back 4 months ago? What's one piece of advice that you can give yourself going back 4 months ago? So 4 months ago. What you tell them?
Do more reps. Do more.
Do more reps. I love this guy. Yo, listen. What's your max rep right now on your dips, pull-ups, and push-ups?
So my max pull-ups is around 17 or so.
Okay.
My max dips is around 40.
Okay.
And my max push-ups is around, I think it's around 52 or so.
Gotcha. And you're doing this at full range of motion?
Yes, full range of motion.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Pretty impressive, man. That's awesome. So let's move on to the future. You're young. There's the whole life ahead of you. Do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life?
I don't know. I think probably I will do calisthenics till I die. Yeah.
It's something that you're gonna take it to the grave.
Yep.
Listen, man. I feel like as you practice it more and train with calisthenics more, we're only gonna get stronger. That's awesome, bro. Just keep on getting stronger and be that athlete that you want to be. Now let's dive a little deeper into your future. Thank you. Are you looking to do competitive calisthenics street workout competitions? Are you looking to compete? Or I know you started a company recently. We spoke about that previously. What's your future with that as well? Talk to me.
So I'm thinking, I'm thinking about competing. I do want to compete. And with the company, I'm just going to try, keep it going, try to get more clients, try pretty much keep it going as long as I can.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck on your company, and good luck with
Thank you.
getting to the competitive level. It's not easy. You gotta start working. You know, we gotta work. If you are looking to get into the competitive, dynamics is a huge thing, not just statics. So it's something to keep a look at. I watch a lot of the competitions on YouTube and online, and dude, these guys are impressive.
Yeah. They
so,
are.
Right? I want to be able to get to that level, but I'm gonna be honest. Some of those spins seem a little frightening, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Like those 720s are frightening.
Woo, boy. But let's move on to the last question, Devin, and then we'll give you an opportunity to shout yourself out. You know, tell us what you're working on, where we can follow you and whatnot. So, if you can choose only one, which one do you think out of the three helped you most in your calisthenic journey? Was it motivation, discipline, or purpose?
Discipline.
Discipline. Elaborate. Why discipline?
So, you know, I would have said desire more, but, you know, discipline really has helped me to stay going and to just keep not stop, you know? I didn't want myself to stop.
So you said you would choose if you could add a word, desire. Don't you think that desire and purpose might kind of correlate to each other? You know, if you have a purpose, you have a desire to kind of get to that purpose.
I think sort of.
Or desire could be motivation, right?
Yeah, you could say the same thing like that, but you see, desire is wanting to have it. You don't always need motivation to want something.
I see. All right. Well, you know what? That's actually, you know, that's something to think about. What do you desire? And are you going to have the discipline enough to pursue that and the motivation and, you know, what's the purpose at the end, right? So that's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Right.
Thanks. So tell us how we can follow you. Tell us what you're working on. You know, shout yourself out.
So guys, go follow me at Jevan_Sifrin and go follow me at Journey_Calisthenics. I'm working on a lot of stuff there at Journey_Calisthenics. And, you know, I'm working on a lot of stuff for personal training and for diets for any of you guys that need or want to get fit or want to help boost your body and help get as fit as possible that you can with calisthenics. Awesome,
man. Awesome. So be sure to follow him. We'll add all the links in the description, guys. Just go ahead. As you're looking in the description, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Let's grow this calisthenic community. Let's be sure to let everybody know that you don't got to be advanced, intermediate. You could just be starting out. You could be old. You could be young. It doesn't matter. The body wants to move. The body already moves. Let's just enforce it and get stronger as we move together. So let's move on together, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is the Calisthenic Hub. Bro, I appreciate you, man. For those who don't know, we had some technical difficulties, but it's part of the journey, right? Just like we had technical difficulties in calisthenics with our bodies, we have it with the interview too, man. But Jevan, listen, this guy is really cool, man. Go check out his stuff. He's a really cool guy. He's been working with me for a couple days now, so I really appreciate your time. And yeah, man. Thank you. Well, that's a wrap, fellas. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for watching the Calisthenic Hub. That's a wrap.